Hey Survivor fans, this is Chad here to recap your episode 4 of Philippines. Starts off, I got notes here already. Just rewatched the episode, and as usual, due to my crazy schedule, I managed to catch it last night, but I did not have time to review the episode because I had to be at work early in the morning. Plus, I got a little girl there I gotta watch over, so hopefully she's content right now and not in a fussy mood like she was 5 minutes ago. But anyways, it starts off with Matt's scene. It shows a video recap of Matt's scene's misfortunes about every episode, them getting voted off. And unfortunately for Matt's scene, it doesn't end tonight. I'll just get right into it. They start off with Matt's scene after they show the recap, the beginning of the episode, whatever you want to call it. I'd say about a good minute or so, I'd say it showed pretty much complete silence, so that was a foreshadow for me. They're not in very good spirits. Obviously, it's raining. It's the Philippines. That's all I got for that. Back at Tang Dang, just like the preview showed, the hidden immunity clue somehow ends up underneath the sheets on the bed. Abby goes off on RC, but lo and behold, like a second later, we find that the guy in the pink hoodie, aka Pete, planted there. Don't like Pete. Nicknamed him the guy with the pink hoodie. I think he's a jerk. I'm sorry. If I dislike somebody from this season, it's him because he's already started turmoil and chaos. He's the first person. I'm not too high on Kent either, but he hasn't rubbed me the wrong way yet. But it's just something about him that I don't like. But Pete's the one that I definitely dislike. Sorry, Pete fans. That's my personal opinion. Take with it what you want. I'll get more into personal opinions later and all that, and Twitter hate and all that bullshit that's going on. We go back to Cowbell. Jonathan Penner, they give a brief confessional with him. He mentions how the Philippines is a beautiful paradise. It does seem like a beautiful place, and I wish I was playing there right now. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome out there. It looks like. Anyways, enough of that. Jeff Kent and Penner strengthen their alliance this time. Kent gives Penner a real handshake this time, a 5-finger handshake, not a 4-one. And they bring Carter into the mix, so now it's a guy alliance. Well, you know what's going to happen here. The girls see them make bonding. They're like, oh, let's make a female alliance. So Dana came up with that idea. She's got a good plan. She seems like a tough cookie, and so far I like her character. And Dawson finally gets a confessional. I like Dawson. She's cool. What else? They go back to Matt's scene. Russell's trying to find an idol. Doesn't succeed, but editing did a really kind of cool trick to where when his back was turned to the actual idol, they flashed it and Russell said something, oh, I've probably passed this thing a dozen times. America's probably saying, oh, it's behind your back, dummy, or something like that. And when he said that, boom, they flashed a light on it. It was classic Survivor editing. I mean, it was funny. I mean, I like Russell and all that, and he's a totally different dude this time from Smo, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, the immunity challenge. My phone just went off. Hold on. Strange text message. Anyways, they go into where was I? Oh, the immunity challenge. Matt's scene puts up a hell of a fight. We almost think they have it. and that they're not going to tribal. It came down to Jeff Kent and Malcolm on the Wrecking Ball Challenge, and you think, oh, it was such a clean to your edge seat deal, and unfortunately Matt Singh loses. But the thing about the immunity challenge was Russell gets into a big tantrum, smashing all the pots around him down, and every tribe member's looking at him. Not just Matt Singh, but Tang Dang and Calabel, they're all just looking at him. And Penner says something about he was created from gods to be the excellent human being. He showed a bit of an ego, and I mean, his ego was out of control. Don't get me wrong, I like Russell. He was one of the ones I was rooting for because he's a returnee coming back from a medic evac. But man, he was totally different than the way he played in Samoa. I don't know what happened, but man, I didn't agree with that at all. And he was saying that he was built for excellence and stuff. And Jeff said that he acted like he thinks he's Superman, and that every man fails. And Superman failed too. Just read Superman Doomsday. But yeah, I mean, Jeff slammed him there a little bit, and Russell just throws a big tantrum. His ego was out of control, and it just wasn't the same Russell from Samoa. That's all I got to say about that. So they go back to Matt Singh, and Russell gives this impassioned speech about how he was jumped as a kid, and how he caught one of the kids and he punched him, that he was not condoning violence, but it taught him not to live in fear and all that. But that's Russell's airtime, because at Tribal, they've been hunting this all night. He gets voted off. I mean, between the tantrum and the story and him not finding the idol, we know he was. But like I said earlier, man, I admire Russell for wanting to come back after a med evac. I mean, his was one of the most serious. I mean, he almost died, and the fact that he wanted to come back and play Survivor and give it one more go, I mean, that earns just a little bit of respect, despite how he acted and in the game. And I'm gonna respect him mad props for that. And kind of stuff to see him go. I wanted to see how far he'd get, but the way he was acting and how he was handling things, I knew it wasn't going to end well. Okay, speaking of outside the game and Survivor and people, as with every season, people tend to judge people not by how they play the game and what they see on TV. I think that's wrong. I think that you should judge them outside the game, see how they treat their fans or whatever. The main villainess this year, everybody's bashing her and calling her psycho, and she seems to be okay, but it's like, but when you bash a fan, like say, hey, blah blah blah, I mean, it's just not right. But you gotta remember this: it's Survivor, it's a TV show, it's a game or a contest. And you gotta remember they're playing for $1 million. They got that dangle upon their head. Hardly any food unless you win it or you scrounge for it or you find it in the sea, whatever. And you're tired, especially with this Philippine weather, raining all the time, and the shelter. Yeah, it might give a little bit of leeway. It might protect you a little bit. Probably not that good. It depends on how you build it. So, I mean, you got to consider the elements, the prize money dangling above their head, and basically everything. Again, they strip you of everything. So, but yet I still want to play it. Imagine that. So keep that in mind. I mean, how would you act in a situation like that? So keep that in mind. I always pick my favorite people by how they treat their fans outside the game. Because I'm one of the people that realize, hey, it's Survivor. It's a contest. It's for $1 million. How would you react? And it's a whole different situation. I judge people by how they act in real life. So, but that's just me. That's your recap. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'll see you next week. Oh, yeah, there's a med evac on Calabao. They give the tribe name away, but we don't know who it is. They're hinting it's Jeff Kent. I mean, they're hinting that greatly, so I doubt it'll be him, but it could be anybody. I just hope it's not Dawson or Carter. Yeah, I'm also rooting for Carter because he's a fellow runner. I'm a big runner, so is he. So, got to root for the runners. All right, well, peace, love, and chicken grease. Out.